Welcome to Shrinky Key Chains. I'm Sandy, and today we're going to take some fun shrinkable plastic type paper and create a fun project. And you should have already picked up your take and make bag with the items you're going to need to make this project. And here we go. We'll take a look at what's in your bag. In your take and make bag, you're going to find just a few things. You're going to have a box of colored pencils, a keychain, a piece of parchment paper, and then your piece of shrinky paper. And once you've taken those out, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing you want to do with this project is to preheat your oven. So you're going to need a little parent or older sibling help with this part. You want to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. And then by the time you get done coloring your project, the oven should be preheated and then you can stick it in the oven. So when you take your piece of plastic shrinky paper, you're going to feel it, and one side is going to be really shiny. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's real reflective, and the other side looks like it's been scratched up, and that's the side you want to color on, and that will make your color stick much better to your project. And then your hardest part of the project probably is going to be trying to decide what you want to do for your project. Another thing to keep in mind when you're deciding what to draw and where to place it on the paper is that this plastic shrink paper is going to shrink up. When I drew this one on the paper, it took up almost the whole paper, and you can see now how far it shrank down. So it's going to be at least half the size of whatever you draw on your paper when you're done baking it. So you can also, if you have something that you want to, if you have a design, like you could stick something under it and copy that and color it in and use that for your project. Or you can freehand draw whatever you choose to do, whatever is fun for you. So I think just to make it easy for our project, I'll go ahead and draw a heart. And the only trick to this is we have pre-punched the holes for your keychain. So whatever you do, make sure if you cut this out, you want to include your holes in there, unless you have a hole punch at home, and then you could do whatever you need to do. But I'll just kind of know that my little hole for my keychain is going to be above my heart. And I'm going to draw a heart and just draw it. And then you could also do some fancy squiggly, swirly things with a heart. But just color that in and make sure that you get all the, don't leave any blank parts is what I'm trying to say here. Color it in good. Use lots and lots of colors if you want your project to be colorful. And then if you need to, you can switch colors, add more color on top of it for a multicolored look. And just keep filling in. You could draw a scene, you could draw your dog, whatever sounds like fun to you that you would like to have on a keychain. You could write your name. Okay, I'm even, I think, gonna put some pink in there, maybe for Valentine's Day, or just color it all in good. And then you can either cut around your project, or you can stick it in the oven as is. The one thing I will say to you that if you do like a big square project, if you have a scene, I would take your scissors and I would round the corners a little bit, because the corners, once they shrink up, these corners are kind of sharp. So just be aware of that if you cut something out, that you might want to round your corners a little bit. And then once you have your design all done, once you've got all your colors in there, whatever you decide, if you write your name on it or however you'd like to do it, then, and of course making sure that your oven has reached the 325-degree temperature, you'll get out a cookie sheet from your baking supplies, and you're going to take this parchment paper that we put in your bag, and you're going to set your shrink paper on this parchment paper. If you put this part directly on your cookie sheet, it may stick to your cookie sheet. So we're doing this to protect your cookie sheet. So once your oven's preheated and your project is all drawn up just the way you want it, set this on your parchment paper on a cookie sheet, slide that in the oven, and you're going to bake it for 1 to 2 minutes. And just keep an eye on it, and it's going to be really kind of fun if you can turn the light on in your oven and watch it bake, because it curls up and it does all kinds of fun things. And then it should start to smooth back out. And then once you see it's laying almost flat, bake it for 30 seconds more and then take it out of the oven. And if you have a book or something, just press on it lightly to flatten it all out. Let it cool. And then take your keychain ring and run your keychain ring. Sorry for the noise. Run your keychain ring through your holes. And this isn't the finished project, but you'll get the idea. You run your keychain through the hole, and your hole's going to shrink up too, so keep that in mind. But you'll run your keychain through, and there you'll have a completed keychain to put on your backpack, your coat zipper, wherever you would enjoy it most. And that's our project. Thanks for joining us today for Shrinky Key Chains. I hope it was a project you really liked. We'd love to see any video or pictures that you have of yourself doing this project, and you can share them at the email address on the screen. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.